Um, Really good win for our kids. Just it's a lot of fun watching them. Right from the start, the preparation was really good. Communication, locked in on the scout. Did a really good job, and we came out and we did what we are capable of doing. We hadn't shot the ball extremely well early on in the year, and anytime we can step up and knock down shots. If we can make half of those shots, then we're going to be a really good team and hard to beat. Being able to step up, and I heard it was a school record for most threes in a game, and to be able to do that tonight, especially against really good competition. Sam has done a tremendous job with that program. Not easy when you're following, at some point, following a legend when Vic, but he's done a really good job with that program. They're extremely talented. They gave us problems throughout the night. I think they were 13-1. I think they were like 26 or so in the net. So it was a really good win for us. But I was very proud of everyone. It must have been old heads night in the club because my two 23-year-olds were shooting the lights out or something. But I've been really, really proud of them. But, just understanding that this is what they're capable of doing.
Questions? We'll start with Caroline.
Coach, you mentioned this is a difficult draw for the first SEC game. Can you speak a little bit more to that preparation and what you wanted to zero in on?
I think there's a lot of excitement surrounding our group, just for the simple fact that this is what we build this team for, opportunities like this, and in the non-conference schedule, we look and we play a team and they got 5 out, and so it's like how can I get into a rhythm, and we trekked through the non-conference slate. And there were some times when we played well. Sometimes we know we could have played better. But, we put this team together, for opportunities like this. I thought they handled it very well. And right from the get-go, we came out. We were executing on both ends of the floor, stepping up. I think Dazia hit a 3 to start the game, which was really good for us. But we were executing. We were talking. We weren't always perfect. And you're not going to shut out a talented group like that. Anaya Russell was probably one of the more talented players in this league. Some of the things that she can do, you just got to tip your hat to it, and you can't really stop it. Jordan she's proven that she's one of the best guards in this conference. And then they've had some additions. They got some big players inside, and they have a lot of experience. So we knew we weren't going to shut them out, but we did a really good job of making it tough on them and then stepping up and executing on the offensive end.
Hi, Sierra, Larry.
Coach, by now we know that you try and perfect every little thing. What are your homework assignments coming into that Vanderbilt game?
You know what? First and foremost, we will learn from this game, and obviously every opportunity is going to be a different challenge. And I've seen Vandy play a couple times just as a fan, so to speak. We'll dive into it, but they're extremely talented. It's going to probably mirror the opportunity like we have tonight, just on the road, and it's going to be a challenge. They have some young players who are playing exceptionally well. The freshmen that they have, and so it's going to be a challenge for us. And I told the kids from here on out everything's going to be a challenge. And I said, but the saving grace for us is that when people look at us, they're going to say, okay, that's a challenge too. It's not like we're going into a situation and we're not prepared or we're not equipped. But it's going to be a big test for us. But we want them to enjoy the one tonight.
Here.
Can you just talk about the post matchup when it came to defending Oshot because she came in as one of the most efficient from the team?
Yeah, they do a really good job of getting her the basketball and in her sweet spots where she doesn't have to do a whole lot. But she's really great at catching, keeping it high, and finishing around the basket. And we knew that. We practiced against that. We wanted to make sure we weren't leaving her too much so that she had those free lanes. And so the post coaches did a really good job of practicing against that. But it's difficult because she's agile, she's strong, she moves extremely well. And so I thought Clara Strack didn't score the basketball a lot, but she did a really good job defensively. And I thought some of the rebounds that she got. It only counted as 1 in the stat sheet, but it was monstrous, and it really kind of gave us an attitude, when she went up and got it when we needed it. And but I thought the post players did a really good job.
Larry Brown, and then we'll just take 1 or 2 more.
Kenny, as good as Dazia and Georgia were tonight, you just talk a little bit about Key and Hassett, especially early, how content they were to kind of let them shoot and they go rebound, pass, whatever it was, and the way they ended up kind of fill in the stat sheet like they normally do?
Yeah, you want to answer that first? You
No.
want me to answer first? You don't
You
want to
answer
answer? You want me to answer
Yeah.
first? Okay. You weren't paying attention, were you? He said coach, and you just went zoned out. You know what? I think it's a testament to the character of this team. They just want to win. They don't care, you know, who. We put them together. We put them together by design. We didn't want to just get the absolute best players. We wanted to get the absolute best people. And so that means on a given night, if Dacia's got it, they're hunting for her. And Amelia's a birthday girl today, by the way. So they were hunting. They knew that she had a hot hand. And Amelia just does what Amelia does. You know, she doesn't hunt the basketball, but she gets her opportunity. She has no conscience, and she'll shoot it. But she'll also fill up the stat sheet, as you mentioned, and she'll rebound the basketball on both ends. She defends in a way that we ask her to defend. She's not a lockdown defender to keep everybody in front of her, but her length, she chases people, and she makes people shoot tough shots. And that's really good for us, you know, having a 6'3" small forward that can block shots, chase down rebounds, and do a lot of different things, and then hit threes, you know, to complement anybody else. So it's just a testament to them how much they're willing to share in each other's successes. You know, tonight we had, I think, 23 assists. You know, that's something that we're very, very proud of, and that's accumulation of their desire to just win. And they'll make the right play. So they're in the locker room. They share each other. They know each other, how they played, and they celebrate those successes.
We'll go Brad, Tanya, John, Kai, Phoenix.
Deja, for you, the third quarter, you was pretty hot. Did you know you were close to a personal career best, or did it feel like you were that hot in this game?
I just knew I was knocking down shots. I didn't know that I was close to a career best. I was just shooting any shot that I was open. I was just confident in my shot and just knocking it down tonight.
Tanya?
Coach, if I had told you before this game that your backcourt would have 55 of the 91 points tonight, what would your response to that be?
I would be like, I would believe you. You know, it's what they're capable of. If you came in and said my front court would have had 55 points, I would have believed you. You know, and they're all capable, and they just go with the flow, and you know, whatever's happening is happening. And obviously putting together, you know, this team with Georgia was coming with me, and I remember the conversations I had with Asia, and I said, she's going to make you better. You know, you come out here, you play with her, she's going to make you better. And that's all you got to do is do what you do and do it well. So I know they're capable of doing that. And, you know, and if we go out to Vandy and they do something that's going to be special to try to stop those two, they'll be the first ones to step up and throw the ball inside and get Clara an opportunity, to get Amelia an opportunity. And so that's the joy of being able to coach this group. Okay, it's like, okay, you take that away. Okay, well, we still have this over here. And it's been a lot of fun to watch them grow.
John, Kai.
This is for Deja, and Coach, if you don't like her answer, you can chime in also.
That's pressure right there.
You were 7 of 11 from three-point line, and I think all 11 of those shots were good. It just seems like that this team is getting a lot more comfortable in their flow, learning to play with each other. Can you talk a little bit about the process of kind of that type of team development?
I think each game we learn something. We come together every game, but coming into conference, the main thing was just playing for each other. If you have it, you have it, and finding their best play, not necessarily the play that's right in front of you, but just finding the right play, the best play for the team. So and we love playing for each other. We love playing with each other. So every opportunity, every day in practice, we're trying to get better. We're going to celebrate this win tonight, but tomorrow we're going to watch film to learn what we can do to get better for the next game. So we just come in every day ready to play, ready to practice, and ready for whoever's in front of us.
Very well said. And but the thing I will add to it is that they're students of the game. They work diligently on their game, and because we spend a lot of our practice time with individual instruction, and we work on the shots, the opportunities that they're going to get, so that when it comes to game time, it happens organically, and they don't have to second guess themselves. They don't have to think about it, and that's the one thing that my teams have always done. I'm not like, hey, Deja, this is your spot right here. We'll work on them. We'll work on it, and all of a sudden it gets ingrained in her that, okay, if I get this opportunity, don't hesitate, step up and take it. And then I've been able to watch them flourish a little bit in the recent, probably the last month or so, because I've let them go in practice. You know, I've had to chew on my whistle, swallow my whistle, because a coach wants to, you know, hey, slow it down. Hey, let's run this play. You know, we want to get our half-court system set up. But what they really needed was to learn each other on a fast break. You know, they come down to court now where, you know, 3-4 months ago, Georgia will be running down the floor and wanting Dazia to come around, and she would kind of be giving her like a little head nod, and Dazia wouldn't know what that meant. Now I see them make eye contact, and they just do it. And now they know where they're going to be. And the beauty is, you know, Georgia's always been a facilitator and been able to find people, and she does a tremendous job of that. But now it gets reciprocated, and now they find her. You know, Dazia is getting the basketball, and she's looking at Georgia with a little head nod, and Georgia's coming around, or Dazia will cross it and swing it out, and Georgia's there for the opportunities. And that's why, you know, that's what we're going to have to continue to have, because, you know, people are going to try to double team Georgia, put her in bad situations. But if they are able to facilitate like they're capable of and like they're doing, it's going to make it hard for them to be able to do that.
We'll close it out with Kai and Phoenix.
Deja, you told me before the season that you were fine playing your role. And, you know, in the moment now it's easy. You know, you led the team in points tonight. But can you kind of speak on the patience that it took to get to this point and, you know, just kind of let things happen when it happened?
Yeah, I mean, every game is going to be different. I'm just trying to do what I can for the team. If that's one night, giving more assists, another night, getting rebounds, defending. So I know every night I'm not going to be the leading scorer, but tonight I just took the opportunity. The shots were falling. So that's what I was tonight. But next game, we'll see what my role will be. So I just want to be whatever I can be to help the team win.
This kid is so much fun to coach. She's so much fun to be around. She is a consummate teammate. She, you know, she takes things too literally sometimes. You know, if I tell her that, you know, hey, you missed an opportunity to pass the ball, she'll be passing the ball for the next 10 games sometimes. You know, but when she's playing like this, it's fun. But the best thing about her is not the fact that she made 7 out of 11 threes. It's not the fact that, you know, she led us to victory in our first SEC game. The greatest thing about her is that she's going to be a CEO of a company someday. I don't know which one it's going to be, but just watching her and being around her in a short period of time, that's the type of people that you need in your program to allow your program to grow. You know, a lot of people can look in, and, you know, we have recruits here tonight. You know, they can look up to her, and I don't know what company it's going to be, but it's going to be a company. Maybe she'll be an entrepreneur and start her own company. But that's how special she is. It's how smart she is, how articulate she is. I mean, she gets the room. It doesn't matter where it is. She gets the room, and she understands it. And, you know, nights like tonight are going to only help build her confidence, and it's going to even help us even more.
Close out with Phoenix.
Coach, when people talk about the SEC, I think they typically talk about, you know, the physicality that teams bring, but I think you all throw a wrinkle into that by bringing length and size. Just how valuable do you think that is for you guys moving forward?
It's going to be extremely challenge. You know, I had so many people texting me today, you know, a lot of my former players from Virginia Tech, or, you know, just people who have been around me before, and they, you know, how do you feel SEC? And I'm like, man, I don't know. You know, my stomach was in knots because it was like the first day of class, first day of school. You know, if I were in the ACC and we were going, you know, somewhere, I'd have known exactly, you know, what that arena felt like, what the team felt like, what the game felt like. But coming out here, I was anxious a little bit, you know, just because I wanted to get it going, wanted to see it, someone to see it, you know, moving. The only kids I'd ever seen, obviously I'd seen Anaya before. I'd never been on a court with her. And then Destiny McFall, she actually signed with me at Virginia Tech. Was only there for a summer, never played for me. But it was just like, hey, let me get the feel of it. Let me get going. And we are a little bit different. You know, we're not, you know, like a lot of the teams. You know, we're long. We play a different style. And a lot of times people were like, okay, well, are you ready for the SEC? And I'm like, well, yeah, you know, we're going to play basketball. If we can get you to play basketball, then we think we have a shot. So we were excited, anxious to really get it going, you know. And as I mentioned before, Mississippi State is a good basketball team. I think they're going to win a lot of basketball games in our league. So that was a really good win for us to start it, and it was a good taste for us.
Thank you all. We'll do our next midweek press conference in this room next Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.